Welcome everyone to another episode of Beyond the Adventure. Today I'm taking a look at Halloween in Salem, Mass. So to get this episode started, the opening shot here is this church that happens to be haunted, but I'll tell you guys more about that later on. This is just the intro right now on the top of the parking garage in Salem. I do recommend if you ever go there during the Halloween season and you are driving your own car or any car parking at this parking garage, it's very, very affordable. I think it only cost us $9 to park there the entire 3 times that we went there. Anyways, right here, this is the Salem Armory. I would also recommend going to the bathrooms inside of here when it's open because they are a lot nicer than the porta potties outside. Here is that church right there. There's a little doorway to the right of that. More on that later. All of Salem was named a no drone zone, no flying drone zone, and the whole Halloween time and the whole weekend around Halloween. So I wasn't able to bring the drone up. There were a lot of police officers riding around on quads, as you can see, riding around on segways and walking and bikes and everything like that. So you felt very, very safe down here. A really cool building, East India Marine Hall. There are trolleys that go everywhere, as you can just see from there. There was a really cool squid that was painted on the ground. Here are some flags. It's an official Harry Potter store, I guess, that's inside of there. It's all like merchandise Harry Potter stuff. So every year we go down here for around Halloween, and actually this is the first time that we were ever down here on the day before Halloween, which is All Hallows Eve, and the day of Halloween. This right here is filmed on the day before Halloween, October 30th. Now every year we go down to this lighthouse here. We always take the walk down here from the parking garage. It's probably about 10 to 15 minute walk, and like I said, we've done this every single year. Every year we take a picture at this lighthouse that's down here. I would recommend, if you guys are in the area, to walk down here. It's a very easy walk. It's not like it's any hills or anything like that. We just happen to get here at low tide. Extremely smelly, very, very stinky. As you can see, all the birds are there going after clams and fish and everything like that. But our thing is, every year when we go down here, we always go to this lighthouse, and when you're walking to the lighthouse on the left-hand side of the beach, for some reason or another, there is just always an abundance of sea glass. Now, every year that we've gone down here, we always collect sea glass. I actually have this mason jar that's about this big, just all filled with little tiny pieces of sea glass that we picked up from here. This is when you get to the point of the lighthouse, and it comes to like a point there. Same place I brought you guys last year. You can actually sit there and watch. It's very, very peaceful. There's not that many boats coming in and out this time of year. You can see there's just all drifting there. It was very, very windy too. We had just gotten a storm. You guys might have seen it on the news because there was a bunch of towns in Massachusetts without power, and for some reason or another, this day, right around Halloween, we always get these crazy storms, at least for the past 10 or so years. It's either a blizzard, crazy windstorm, crazy rain, hurricane. We had Hurricane Sandy a couple years back. I like that shot right there. It was just kind of at a weird angle. Now we saw this weird thing in the sky right there. I'm not sure what it was. We thought it was a moon at first, but it appeared to be moving. I don't know what it is. So now we're heading back into Salem. This is the Pirate Museum here. This is a place that every single year when I was younger, we always used to go, and I haven't been for, say, a good 5 or 6 years at least. Amanda had never gone in there, so I figured this time we are absolutely going in there. We're going to take her around there. We always used to make fun of a couple of the characters when we go down there when we were younger, because these people do really get into character for their role. Not really make fun of them more so, but it was just funny because to see a pirate sitting there on a cell phone, or to see a pirate sitting there playing with a camera or something, where they're trying to be in the theme of that day and age. Anyways, it's a cool place to check out. This is a Salem cemetery. That was really weird that we walked by and a gust of wind just happened to come and take a witch's hat off of a monument, or a monument seat of somebody that was part of the witch trials. That's Town Hall. That is the Bewitched model, because they did film parts of Bewitched, I believe, or the entire Bewitched remake in Salem, Massachusetts. That house right there you might recognize from the movie Hocus Pocus. I swear to God, I have never seen that in a movie. Amanda says that I've seen that movie with her. I don't remember it, but Salem was also a major filming location for that movie. Very popular Disney Channel movie, and when you go to all these different attractions and stuff there, I'd say a good 70% of them are playing the movie in there. So anyways, just leaving the parking garage here, we went back to the hotel. This is a time-lapse of the sunset at the hotel. I wanted to go check in, charge up a couple of the batteries. Coming back to the top of the parking garage at night, we just decided to, like I said, go back to the hotel so I can charge some batteries, grab a quick bite to eat, and then come back to Salem because the ghost tours were starting and all the haunted attractions like the haunted mazes and the dungeons and things like that were opening up. So I had never gone on a ghost tour in Salem on the night before Halloween, just like we've never been there the day before Halloween or the day of Halloween. We've always gone on ghost tours and stuff. So I'm going to point out a couple things that I do remember from going on these ghost tours when I was younger, when we did go on this one here. As you can see, it's starting to get busy. This guy is there every single year protesting. This year it looked like he was drinking blood or something like that, but as you can see, there's all these cops standing around him because he has his right to free speech, and a lot of people don't want to hear what he has to say. So yeah, anyways, that is the town hall right there, or the old Salem town hall. Believe it or not, the water line in Salem used to actually come up to there. There were docks and everything in that area. So right there, this house right here, George Washington actually stayed in there, and according to legend, he was choked in the middle of the night by a ghost. He felt cold arms around his hands, and then at 2 in the morning, after all of his troops and everything were drunk, they decided to march up the street to another hotel. Now, cemetery here, you can't enter at night. However, there are a bunch of skunks running around, and you might be able to see the skunk. He's going to come cutting around right there, trying to follow him. I had the tripod set up because I was trying to take some pictures of ghosts. So he actually runs behind this tomb right here, and then he comes around the corner, and everybody's like, oh, he's fine. He flips his tail up. We all ducked back away, got away from the skunk. Nobody got sprayed, thankfully, but we did see about 3 of them there on about 4 different occasions when we walked by this place at night. I liked this shot right here. I thought it was spooky with the fog machines coming off of the alley right there where they have all the haunted attractions. You can see both sides of both buildings there have haunted attractions. There's a Nightmare Gallery in here. Unfortunately, I couldn't show any footage from that, but it's all like old wax replicas of, you know, Nosferatu and Night of the Living Dead stuff. Really, really cool. So there's a wax museum upstairs. Underneath there is Frankenstein's Castle of Terror. It's a really interesting haunted house. There's another haunted house to the right, which is the Witch Haunted House, Salem Witch Village. They are fun attractions to go to. I do recommend, if you are going to go on them in smaller groups. Don't go in such a large group because it kind of tends to take the scariness, the ambiance away from walking around when you've got, you know, 10 different people all talking and stuff. You can see all the people going around. These are all different ghost tours. There's about 7 or 8 different companies. Now, for some reason or another, these 2 women got in here that are dressed as witches. Don't know how they got in there. If the gate was locked, they must have hopped the fence. But either way, I decided to include it because I thought that was just interesting to include. And then right here, I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a little light moving back and forth. I'm 99.9% certain that was a flashlight, but I didn't see any reflection of the flashlight on anything else. This is a cool alleyway right here. This church right here also has a haunted nun that people take a picture of the doorway. Here you can see the skunk running through again. They take a picture of a doorway, and apparently inside the doorway you can see a specter or a spirit of a nun. But yeah, like I was saying, that tombstone there, I saw the light on the ground, but I didn't see any reflections of the light on the tombstone or anything like that. So, like I said, I'm a good 99.9% certain that wasn't anything paranormal. That was just some light reflecting around. But at the same time, it was interesting to see. Now, I did take some pictures here. A couple of them are going to be of that George Washington hotel that I explained. Current going rate for staying in there, because it is still a hotel, is about $700 a night in October. And in the off season, it's about $450 to $500. Very, very expensive for one night. It has actually been on Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures. This hotel right here is what I'm talking about, but apparently it happened on the 2nd floor. Now, this shot right here is of the new Salem City Hall, and according to the legend, there was an accountant that took a bunch of money. He was about to be hung, so he decided to hang himself, and you can see his spirit up in there. That is the doorway that I'm talking about there. The guy showed us a picture that night that some 8 or 9-year-old girl had taken of the actual ghost inside of there, but nobody on our group actually took a picture of the ghost inside of here. Didn't see any orbs or anything like that. There was a little ball of light that I did see a couple pictures back, and there is that one ball of light right there in the center. But I'm more than certain, I'm once again 99.9% certain that is a straight light. That's not an orb like the orbs that we saw down in Savannah on that ghost tour. But anyways, waking up, we stayed the next town over in Peabody, went back to the garage for Halloween morning. Now, we got down there, it was about 9 o'clock, and so there was a good 100 or so people walking around. Really cool Ghostbusters display of toys. The first thing we did was go to this place right here, which is the Salem Witch Trials Museum, Salem Witch History Museum. It's something that I do every single year. It's a thing that you go in, you sit in a room, and there's all these different dioramas surrounding the top of the room. That's the town hall from Salem, the old town hall, but also from Hocus Pocus. But anyways, this place you go in, you sit, there's all these different clay dioramas or wax dioramas, and they tell the whole story of the witch trial. It's very interesting, and after going to this thing for a good 17 years in a row, I still am not bored with it. I still enjoy the story none the same, and it's just, you know, it is an interesting story about how on a winter's night, just a little bit of talking and magic and, you know, things of non-understanding led to this whole crazy witch hysteria. But right here you can see this is Halloween day, Halloween morning. It got absolutely crowded. We went down and we grabbed a bite to eat a couple streets away from this main strip here, and when we came back, that is what it looked like, and we still had a 2.5-hour drive to get back home. So I decided that was it. We were going to head back home because I did have to edit this video that night, Halloween night, when we got home, so it would be available on November 1st, the day after. Anyways, I'm just saying goodbye here. I'm saying goodbye to you guys now. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Next week is a mid-season finale of Adventure Wednesday. I'll see everybody on Friday for Free For All Friday. Peace.